We're live.
We are live again.
And guess what?
Yes.
We got some really big news. Now, we just did a live take on Facebook,
About 40 minutes.
okay? And they fucked with it, okay?
Well, they actually only showed the end of the video and they chopped off the entire video.
The noise. Wait a minute.
What?
Here's our speaker.
Oh.
Here's our mic. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. We just did a live, in case you didn't hear that. We did a live take over on Facebook, and they didn't take the whole video.
No, they chopped it off and make sure
Chopped it all
nobody's
off.
seen it.
And I posted, and they fucked us. Okay, so we're gonna do this one more time, but this is on YouTube platform. This goes into my library, onto my channel. So we're gonna basically go over a lot of the stuff that we just did on the previous floor mat, and
We'll
explain
never
what
be
we
able
did.
to do the same. It was such a good video, you
Yeah.
guys. Information came out of there. They didn't like it, of course, because it was the truth. Because the truth has to be abolished, right?
Yeah.
This
So
is
we're
all- this is
basically
all
gonna
about-
cover over a lot of the stuff that we just did.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I can remember it all. It was
Well, let's go on the convoy first.
Yeah, we'll start with the convoy. We were talking about the convoy. As we all know, the convoys got actually a part of it got canceled, but the yellow vest truckers have decided that they're going to keep going with it. So we're going to need everybody to get on this. There's going to be Freebird Media is going to be along the convoys throughout the whole time. Now we're asking all the truckers across Canada to get together. It really doesn't matter whether you wear a pink vest or a purple vest or no vest at all. It's not about the yellow vest. It's about the message and it's about the convoy and it's going to go and we want to make sure that it's big. So if you are a trucker anywhere between Alberta and Ontario, when this happens, please get a hold of me. You can find me on Facebook, Carl Edward Fleury, or you can talk to Bruce, and we will set you up with the organizers because we are going to make sure that this convoy does happen and that it's as big as possible.
Mhm.
So we're going to need all you guys to, to be responsible and do your
Be a
share
part of this.
and get the information
And
out.
what happened was with this. Now this is where they're trying to control the narrative about the whole movement. Okay, so what the news did was there was actually two convoys. Okay, one was the oil and gas convoy, and one
Yeah.
was the Yellow Jackets convoy.
Big guys.
And the news came out and said, okay, the convoy's off. Okay. But they neglected to explain about the other convoy going. So they're trying to downplay our movement as much as they can. Okay. So you've really got to get involved with the social guys, myself, and there's Rick, and there's Warren, and other guys that are out there
Many
explaining
people,
stuff.
yes.
You really got to get people focused in on what's going on. And okay, so the convoy is on. Okay, it leaves February 15th or 14th from Red Deer. I've got more interviews with him coming up anyway. So we'll get that down packed. But it's the 14th or 15th from Red Deer, and it's on. So it's still going. So there's no problem there. Now, we also touched on where the end game is. And that is in grand juries that we are also helping out with in Ontario.
Well, it's not really the grand jury. The grand jury is just part of the constitutional monarchy. The grand jury is something that everyone can do. You just got to know how to do it. And it's been done in 2015, and it delivered results like there's no tomorrow. So, anybody in this country can start a grand jury, you know?
So the last grand jury in the country was
2015, yes.
2015.
And it was the first one in the last 100 years.
But it's in French, okay? And that's where we, over here, I mean, for the ones that don't speak French, we don't know. What the hell, okay? So,
Well,
this is our way of correcting the government, okay? And all of its bullshit.
Well, that's what the grand jury was created
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
You know, the grand jury was created in order to keep the government in line. And, it exists since the years of 1215 when common law started in our country. And we want to keep it this way. And the grand jury consists in 23 randomly picked people Canadians, just like you, Rudy,
Mhm.
and that's who decided the judgment. So you can tell that it's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more justice by having citizen than having people from their system doing it. Because as we all know, there's no justice in this system.
Yeah.
Justice gets persecuted.
Yeah.
every
So
time.
basically, the government is corrupt. They're doing their thing. They're not doing things for the people. Okay. And this is our measure of what I say. This is a peaceful thing. This doesn't have to go into violence or any of that.
No violence
Okay?
at all.
That our movement is not a violent movement. Okay, it is a peaceful movement. It is a movement of getting the word out there of what the hell's going on, because the government, with the press in their back pocket, is controlling the narrative. Okay, and that is the big problem here. Okay, so there's lots going on, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what this movement's all tied in with. Okay, so we're out there to confront this corruption.
It's all about free power. The power has been there like the whole time. And I mean, but instead, what we've been doing is we've been paying people to sell us some false hope and power. And you fall into this stuff all the time. But the power is actually free. And, all you need to get it is to educate yourself, get your constitution, and look at what they're doing. Obviously, everything pretty well that they've been doing since 1968 is unconstitutional. For example, in Quebec, they eliminated the Legislative Council in Quebec 1968, which which is against the Constitution right there. And the grand jury in 2015 proved that Quebec is actually not a province, it's actually just a corporation. Like Quebec doesn't really exist if you look at the judgment, because that judgment took out the CSST, which is like a big work compensation private corp. So, and the reason why they lost is because they had to close their doors because they were given a private corp license by a government that basically does not exist. So, which tells me that pretty well everything that's in Quebec Parliament and National Assembly is not legal. Including the MPs and everybody else. It's just
So
anything. It's everything. It's just a corporation. Everything is.
my letter again.
I still.
Anyways,
That's smoke.
anyways,
I'm so good.
so here's how it goes, guys. If a criminal is out there committing criminal acts, he's going to keep doing it until somebody stops him. And that's us. Okay. The government's going to continue to commit all these crimes until we stand up and get this fixed. Okay.
And they can't dig in their pockets anymore. There's nothing left. I mean, and that's probably why they're going to bring a whole lot more people, because all these people are worth money. That's why they want to fill this country with all kinds of people. Let's get that credit going. Let's get those private bank going. Come on, at 10 times compound interest. And that is probably why that today we pay between $22 and $36 million every day just to try to pay the stupid interest on that freaking debt that just keeps on growing. We're over $2 billion right now.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
So this Migration Act is basically, they're doing this to fuck us up, divide us, so that we can't focus. Okay. They get to do whatever they want.
It's all about this.
It's about money.
Yeah.
Okay. It's about power. And these motherfuckers are in there. And no, they're motherfuckers. I mean, I'm calling a duck a duck. If you see a duck, it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's got to be a fucking duck. You know what I mean? That's where we've got to bring the reality of this whole focus into focus, because if we don't, we stand to lose this country.
Yeah, it's on its way up.
Okay, so you either get with the program, or we're going to lose our country.
Yeah.
Okay, it's that simple. Okay, there's no way to sugarcoat this thing. Okay, it's that serious. Okay, now when you hear stuff from Scheer, or you hear stuff from Trudeau, or you hear any of those guys, okay, that's corruption right there. Okay, we are working on fixing this. Okay, that's the grand jury. And the other thing was swore in.
The very first thing to fix this fucking country is that people start working together.
Educating too. On the Constitution.
Knowledge is power.
on the Constitution and your rights,
But-
because you have your rights.
But
right?
as long as you stay divided and you fall into division agenda, I mean, we're not going to be able to get anything done.
No, no.
Okay, this
We've
is
gotta
the
be
main
united.
problem. This country was built on people working together, man.
Yeah, we've got to
And I
be
mean,
united.
This is the only way you're going to be able to preserve it is by working together. So if you keep fighting with your neighbor and keep labeling people, oh, these guys are all like this and all this shit without even knowing them, I mean, you're part of the problem.
Mhm.
Because I mean, we want everybody to get along in this country, and they want nobody to get along because that's the only way that they can rule us. You
Yeah.
know.
And
So
if you think I'm kidding, look at it this way. Now, Mr. Trudeau, he goes out and buys this pipeline for, what was it, 450 million bucks, okay, of our money, okay? And in the meantime, while he's doing this, we've got this massive homeless problem just getting worse in this country, okay? And these people are out there in the cold weather and having a really tough time of it, okay? But yet, Mr. Trudeau, he's got to buy this pipeline that isn't even going in the fucking ground, okay? Now, how unresponsible is that?
Why
Okay,
did
ask
he-
yourself that one thing.
yeah, why did he do this?
You know, so I mean, if he's not concerned about the homeless people in this country, then obviously the government is not acting for the people of
Yes.
the country.
Well,
Okay?
there's not one of them in that parliament that's concerned about the homeless people. And I'll give you an example. I got in a fight on Facebook the other night. Everybody's talking about voting for Scheer, and I says, well, does Scheer fear, does Andrew, feeds the homeless? Do you ever hear him talk about the homeless?
Yeah.
And I says, if I was Andrew Scheer, as famous as I am, since everybody supposedly loved the guy, I could say tomorrow, we're going to do a fundraising and we're going to raise some money for homeless all across Canada. I guarantee you that within 2 weeks, you'll have probably about 50 million bucks. Okay?
Mhm.
You ever seen him do it? No. Who feeds the homeless? Me, him, you, and the church,
Mhm.
and other small organizations. That's who feeds the homeless. Nobody else does. And Street Church Calgary.
Mhm.
I want to mention Street Church Calgary with Pastor Archer Pawlowski, who feeds the homeless with no funding 4 or 5 times a week, and they eat better than most of us. And I mean, and his church is straight across the street from City Hall, Calgary. The guy has been arrested 20 times for preaching the Bible and feeding the homeless.
Wow.
He took them guys to court for $100,000. Now the Street Church feeds the homeless across the street, right across the street from City Hall, which is run by a Muslim mayor, Mr. Nishi, by the way. So
Wow.
that's a fighter. Pastor Archer Pawlowski, if you ever want to give a donation to some real people, go to Street Church Calgary and give a donation there, and you will help, make this world a better place, because they work really hard and they feed all our homeless. Check out their page, check out everything that they do. They are beautiful people.
But that's why the Yellow Jacket movement started in Canada, because we've had enough, okay, people? And that's, you guys have got to help us and get these people woke up, because shit's happened, okay? We've got a convoy going to Ottawa, okay? That is our torch. That is going to help to wake people up, because that's never been done in Canada before, ever, okay? I mean, sure, they've blocked a few things here and there, but now this torch is going to Ottawa, going up there to say, hi, Mr. Trudeau, how the fuck are you?
You want to
You know?
send a message? I
Yeah.
mean, are you tired of, aren't you tired of fucking crying about everything?
Yeah.
I mean, each one of you are gonna have to be responsible and do his little part.
Yes.
Even if you're sitting in a wheelchair, I mean, you can still do something. Everybody, we can
Get
pass
the
a
word out there,
donation.
people. Get
You
the word.
get the word.
Share this video, okay? Share it like no tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
Subscribe to the channel and all that stuff, because we need you, okay, to help us. We got to help each
No,
other.
you need you to help
We got to
you.
help each other.
You
We gotta
need
get
you to help
together.
you, because we can't
Yeah.
do everything for you. I mean,
Exactly.
but I mean, we're in there, and I
Yeah.
mean, you guys got to get in there. You guys are the power. I mean, nobody else got more
Yeah.
power than you are. Like
Exactly.
this government, these people, they have no power.
Yeah.
The only reason why they have power is because you're falling into all this division agenda.
The bullshit.
And
The
you're running all
smokescreen.
over the place, and you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
You're saying, we stand on guard for thee, but Do you do it? Do you know what this is actually means?
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
we
time.
need to educate our people. Knowledge is our power,
Yeah.
and they, of course, our mainstream medias are hiding all
Oh,
the
yeah.
knowledge from everyone, and of course, that's the name of the game. But the knowledge is out there, and all the information and education is out there. True education,
Yeah.
you know.
And they're not going to stop us, okay? There's no way they're going to stop us. They can fuck with us all they want, but the more they fuck with us, be very careful, because that's what our movement is, okay? For once and for all, I'm getting fucking sick and tired of paying all my fucking money to the fucking government, okay? There's something wrong with that picture, okay? Especially when he buys a fucking pipeline that ain't even going in the fucking ground. Okay, so there's a little bit of fucking bullshit going on, and it's got to stop, because there are people's lives in the balance here, and what I see is bullshit. You know what I mean?
And you ain't gonna stop unless you do
bullshit.
your share. You ain't gonna
Exactly.
stop.
So
Keep
we have
watching
to
and
get it
whining.
together, guys.
Nothing happens. You don't have to be violent. All you need to do is educate
Stand up
yourself.
together.
Find out what your power is.
Yeah.
Read your constitution, because pretty well everything they do is unconstitutional. So we can use this constitution and put it right back in their face.
That's
use
right.
it.
That's
As your
right.
this constitution
That's right.
is our shield, and your freedom of association will take you a long way. So you must use it to your advantage.
They're already breaching our constitution. I mean, with the cop thing, okay? They've taken the gloves off the cops, okay? Your constitutional rights don't mean shit, according to this bill. How this fucking thing even got on the table is beyond me. Well, I'll tell you how.
Well, it's not legit.
It's corruption, okay? That's it, plain and simple. And we had enough of this fucking shit. The gloves are coming off, Mr. Trudeau, and the movement is coming, okay? And grand juries are going to get formed, okay? And you're on your way out the fucking door, whether you like it or not.
Well, it's not. We're not going to start with grand jury. We're going to start by putting
freedom of speech, baby.
We're going to put everybody together. You know?
Freedom of speech, baby, because that's in our constitution too. You know what I mean? You're rolling over us Canadians like we're fuck all. But no, I had enough. My other fellow Canadians have had enough. They're all putting on yellow jackets, and we're coming, okay? We're coming to put our message out that we've had enough, whether you want to listen or not, buddy. The mass is in the numbers, okay? That's what I mean about you being united, being unity, okay? And you've got to stand up for your country if you want to be a Canadian, because, hey, it's time, okay? There is no other way to look at it, okay? It's time you realize that shit's happening and shit's got to go south, okay? Because I'm tired of paying through the nose. How about you?
Me? Well, I'm pretty well broke because I've been spending all my money doing activism, working for you guys. I've been all over the country and I've paid for everything myself. I've been self-funded and never asked anybody for any money. I made good money before my job. I let it all go so I could do this stuff because that's more important. Because it's all going to get taken away anyway. So.
If you think I'm kidding, if you think we're kidding, okay, do a little research.
Well, they know we're not kidding.
Find out about what happened to Germany and Sweden. Okay, and that's what Mr. Trudeau and the UN are trying to fuck with our country. They're trying to bring this migration pact in and call us all a bunch of fucking racists. My ass, I'm a fucking racist. Okay, this is an invasion. Okay, this is not a migration. This is an invasion into our country without asking us shit. Okay, that's not running a democracy. That's running a fucking dictatorship. If you want to fucking know about dictatorship, look at Germany. Look at Hitler, okay? That's a fucking dictatorship, and what happened there?
Well, they got dictatorship right now in Germany. They got dictatorship in Germany. They got dictatorship in Sweden. They got dictatorship in France. And I mean, there's other countries. Some countries got away with it. And actually, for example, let's take Poland, for example. They live under communism for, I don't know, for so many years. And they only were able to get rid of communism about 21 years ago. And a year after, that's when Pastor Archer Pawlowski in Calgary, they lived under this stuff. They live with the guns on their heads. They live with the dictatorship. And he's been here warning people for years, and nobody's really listened to him. And but this is the truth.
So we can't afford, people can't afford it anymore. You can't afford to sit back and enjoy this little bubble life you've got.
Well, there's no more bubble life. The bubble life
it's coming to a head. Okay, I mean, like you got to wake up and smell the coffee here, people. I don't know how else to put it. Okay. But shit's going south. Okay. And if you don't stand up with us, we're going to lose the country. Okay. It's that simple. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay. Corruption is trying to come in and fuck us. Well, you got to stand up and be united and say, hey, enough is enough. Okay. That's what it's all about. It's a peaceful movement. I don't have to go banging heads. I've got the law on my side, our Constitution. Okay. There is our civil rights here. Okay. They're trying to take it away. Okay. We've got to put a stop to this because if we don't, we're giving up.
They're taking it away every day.
We're giving up the country.
Little bits at a time. Just like
It's
they
that
take away Christmas.
Yeah,
They're not going to take Christmas.
Yeah.
Listen, they're not going to take Christmas tomorrow in one shot. It's going to cause a fucking revolution. So they take a little bite.
Little bites at a time.
Until it's all done. Just
Yeah.
like in France, the biggest Christmas market in the world is now shut down.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Next thing you know, you're going to be just like in the Middle East. You're going to be hiding places so you can celebrate Christmas. And if you get caught, they'll probably, you'll end up being persecuted. That's exactly what's coming. If you can't see it, I mean, it's right in your face every day.
Yeah.
So do you want it to happen? Then say no.
You got to stand up for your rights.
Say no. You
Okay.
pay for this stuff.
They're
We
taking.
fund this entire machine. Why would we want to fund and give our power to the one who persecute us? We
Yeah.
want to give our power and we want to give our funding to a governance, an
Yeah.
actual governance.
The government
that actually
is
care
supposed to be
about
looking-
the population.
If you're going to be paying taxes and stuff, the government should be paying for infrastructure and your healthcare system,
That's right.
your social services system, your police system, your jails, your judges, and all of that. Okay, but it has to be done fairly.
We're going to be taken care of.
Fairly, okay, but not what's going on. This is not fair. Okay, when you've got homeless people out there, freezing in the cold weather, all right, and you've got all these other problems. I mean, and nothing is ever getting fixed. Okay, and yet look at the amount of money we're paying in taxes. Okay, and look how the government's spending our money. I mean, surely it's got to come into your head that there is something wrong here. Well, there is. Okay, and that is it's a corrupt government because it's not a government per se of being democracy. Okay, this is a hidden agenda. This is a dictatorship. Well, I'm sorry, I find out about this. That's a go. Okay, I'm not living under a dictatorship anymore. I'm standing behind my constitutional rights in this country right now. Okay,
Hey, I just want Canada to be Canada again. Hasn't been Canada since 1968.
they do not have the right to take away your rights. They don't have that right. Okay,
Well, it's not. They're not my maker. Are they your maker?
Exactly.
So it's like they're
Exactly.
playing like they're your maker.
We're
Yeah,
not
we can
slaves.
do anything we want with you. We're gonna take everything. We're gonna slave you.
No.
And once you're done producing for the system, then we don't
You're
care.
fucked.
We don't care what happens
Yeah,
to you,
you're
right?
fucked.
So just
Look
get
at-
out
look
of
at-
here. This is how
yeah.
it works.
Look at that. You want a good example? Go look at your nearest old folks home.
Yeah.
Okay, go look at the conditions that those people
Yeah,
are
man.
living in. Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't believe me, go right now. Go down to the old folks home and see what the condition is like. Okay,
By the
in
way,
some of these places.
three huge private corporations that owns all kinds, 40 to 100 old folks homes are being sued right now for mistreatment of.
There you go.
I'll get you the name of them. They're getting sued right now, right here in Canada, for mistreating all their, our elders.
Okay.
That work and pay taxes all their life. And so anyway, I'll get you the name of all these companies, and that's what's going on right now in Canada.
Then
All right?
if you smoke in this country,
Like I do.
$40 a pouch of tobacco. Okay, who gives them the right? Okay, to fuck with my fundamental rights as a Canadian? Okay, that the jack up is 40 fucking dollars. Okay, I'll tell you something else. For the last how many years now they've prohibition marijuana. Well, open up and do a little research. Marijuana is also a cure for cancer. Okay, they've been holding back legitimate medicines so that they're nickel and diming us to fucking death here. Okay, you know what I mean? They've been hiding so much stuff from us that I'm sick of it. Okay, And I've just woken up here. I mean, I've been woke up a bit, but I mean, it's time for change. It's time to put our country back
If
together.
people want change,
where it
unless
should
you
be,
want to still,
you know,
still go along with the way
Not
it's
hide.
going. I mean, it's your freedom of association.
exactly.
If you want
You
the
don't have
system
to
to
hide
keep
from
going,
shit.
then
You're a
let it
Canadian,
go. If you
okay?
want to do something, then quit
Yeah.
whining about it and
Yeah.
start making friends and quit falling into division agenda, which are created especially so they can rule your ass.
So-
we gotta be together. Just this is how the country was built.
You know, we gotta stand up for our rights, and that's what's holding us together at the moment. Okay, I mean, otherwise you're dealing with a rogue government. So we are working on the scenes, okay, and getting stuff back together the way it should be, and get rid of this corrupt government.
Got a lot of work to do, man.
And it's not gonna be done overnight. Okay, it's gonna take a while.
It's gonna start somewhere.
But it is, yeah, that's right. It has to start somewhere. It has to start with you, and it has to start with me and Carl, and all of us got to join together, unite on a common front. That we're not taking this bullshit anymore. Okay, we're gonna get our country back in the way it's supposed to be, of the people, for the people.
If the people get
By
along
the-
to do it,
Okay,
because once
Enough.
it's gone, chances are he ain't coming back.
And
so do you want to take the chance to let this go?
they're already trying to work on your freedom of speech. Your
Freedom of speech. Like
You're-
they started with M103, which came out in November 26, 2016. The M103. Of course, they didn't put that on the radio. M103 is the Islamophobia motion that was created with the petition called the E411 by Ikra Khalib, who is a Liberal MP in Mississauga, Ontario, which they started with 70,000 signatures. Funny that all the Liberal petitions are always getting results, but it's a petition for the people, any kind of petition that really never gets anywhere. It goes into the parliament, and then you watch the debates on the parliament, which is a fucking circus, because there's a bunch of clown in there that we pay for, and Trudeau just laughs at these guys. Doesn't answer have this stuff. If you watch I can't even watch them anymore. I used to watch them every night, and it's like a fucking dead
circus.
End.
It's a circus.
Yeah. So why do you want to give your power away? You're going to vote for this guy who's going to go into the parliament, and I mean, it's going to get shut down every time. So I mean,
that's not.
You can't protect the people anymore.
That's not listening to the people. They don't give a fuck what the people say. Okay, but now the jig's up, baby. Okay, the jig's up, and it's time. Okay, you've got to really figure this out. Okay, it's not the news telling you this; it's us. Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be.
They're not coming up with the shit on the news that they should be. Okay, but yet we paid for that too.
Well, the news, we pay for the news, and the news we pay for the news, and I mean the elites who own all the news media, mainstream media. I mean, they don't really need their money actually. I mean, they got plenty of money to pay for their news that are not giving us real news. And I mean, and anybody who's got any true news around in this country gets shut down. They call it false news, even known all their stuff is non-edited and real, because I've done some of it myself, so I know the difference between mainstream media, because I've been reporting across the country all over the place. So I have like hours and hours and hours of video that I've done myself, and then you can look at this video and you can look at the 30 seconds of negativity against the Kenyan people that the mainstream media will put on the news. I mean, we know exactly how they're working.
So they're coming up with their own narrative. And this is how they work it. Okay, they control the narrative. They divide the people. Everybody's on a different track, and all this fucking division. Okay, so we got to stop that thinking. Okay, we've got to pull it together and focus. Okay, on each other. Okay, as Canadians,
be together, buddies,
and
guys.
Not buy into their bullshit. We're also boycotting the elections. Okay, this coming up elections. Don't vote. Okay, boycott all the elections. Okay, because we don't want these guys in there again.
I'm not sure
any of them.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea not to vote. All right, I wouldn't say that, but I'm going to tell you this: that it really doesn't matter for who you vote for. You're going to eat the same soup under a different label. Okay, because they all have to answer. They all got the same bus, and that
Yeah.
boss is not you.
Boycott the elections, plain and simple, okay?
I
We'll
don't
get
know.
that out ahead of time, so we'll put some avenue to
See, the
that.
problem is this system
Yeah.
is like this, and everybody keeps going around,
In a circle.
right? And it has two main components. It has a political system and a mainstream media. And I
Yeah.
mean, you're totally screwed. There's no way to win in there. They create their own laws,
Yeah.
that suits them.
Yeah.
They take a constitution in 1982 and they create it to suit them. Everything's done to suit them and nothing to suit you. All you do is fund the machine. You
But
know?
we have a system, okay, in this country. And you go back onto the Constitution, and then you put together grand juries, and we go on that level, on a civil level, okay? Not going to war, okay? This is a civil matter. We're not going to be classified here as terrorists or whatever they want to twist that fucking shit into, because that has nothing to do with it. These are civil rights, our civil rights. We own 51% of the country, okay?
They're human rights.
Human rights
Actually,
are
we own,
civil
actually,
rights.
we own this country under the Constitution.
We own the
Canada
country.
Post is yours. Air Canada is yours. The fucking trains are yours.
Yeah.
It's all
No, they
ours.
sold the train off.
Everybody is actually
Yeah.
everybody is part owner, shareholder of the Canadian
Oh,
Crown.
really? We still got it.
Share owner.
Oh,
Do you know how to get rid of companies? Like they'll take a company like Air Canada, they'll bring it into the red zone, and then they'll sell it. They'll say, "Well, this company is not making any money," and they'll sell it. But these companies are all owned by Canadian people. You know.
okay, good. So we
Oh.
got some of that. Okay, well, that's good. Anyways, but we all own the country.
I got to talk to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
We all own the country, okay? We just haven't stood up for our rights, okay? And yet and that's why they're slowly taking these rights away, okay? With all of their shit, okay? Now, we got to stand up and say, okay, enough is enough, okay? We're gonna, look at the corruption in here, and we're gonna bring in grand juries, and they're gonna get formed, and we're gonna start doing this on a civil level, a civil way, not in a terrorist type thing or any fucking shit like that. That's not it at all. Okay. That's not the way this movement's going. Okay. It's going in a civil manner. Okay. Because, there's a big smoke screen being put out there, and we've got to stop the smoke screen and do this realistically. Okay. We're not going to tear the country apart and start fighting amongst ourselves or anything like that. Okay. That's not the way to get it done. All right. We've got to be adults about this. We've got to get involved in this. We've got to do our research in this for yourselves as well. It's not just us. Okay. It's you too. Okay. Because we've all got to get involved on this, because we've got to put our foot down with what's going on. Okay. Because enough is enough. I mean, too many people have suffered here. Our veterans, the people out on the streets, homeless. Okay. I could keep going on. Okay. The people that are injured and they can't work anymore, our medical system, everything has to be involved in this. Okay. The thought has to go into this, because people are in this country are suffering for no reason. It doesn't have to be like this. Okay. I mean, this is going nowhere. So we have to make the change. It's up to you. It's up to me. Okay. So I think we're going to end that there, guys. And hopefully it was a bit of informative. Thanks, Carl, I'll thank Carl for coming in. And I hope it was an education, because that's really what it comes down to, is educating ourselves on what's reality and what's not reality. Okay. And so the government has got you basically thinking that everything is fine, but it isn't. Okay. They're trying to take steps in this country that are going to tear it apart. Okay. And we can't allow that to happen. So it's up to us to save the country. Oh, Carl's coming back here. He's I guess he'll say goodbye to you too. I was just going to wind it down. Is there anything else, Carl, you want to add to the thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna have one smoke before I go, and I'm not gonna steal your lighter. I promise. I tried to do it about 5 times already.
Twice.
So I was just had a phone call from the organizer from the Yellow Vest convoy in Alberta. So we're working very closely with them, and I promise you, we're gonna make this sucker big. So and I am assuming that a lot of these people that back down are going to end up joining anyway. So because once you got it created big enough, and I mean people are
Oh,
just
the
going to go
movement's
for it.
only
It's
getting
going to
bigger.
be beautiful. We're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about this. We don't need the mainstream media. I mean, we don't need these guys.
Yeah.
All we need is all our connections and the Canadian people we got across the country, and we're gonna make this happen for you. And hopefully, you are going to help by spreading information around. And I'll do another video and tell you how you can do it. We're looking for all the truckers in Canada that
Yeah.
wants to join us. If you want to donate to the cause, I'll hook you up on where you can donate because, of course, these people are spending a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot of money in fuel, for all the truckers. And I mean, you got to respect this. They're doing this for you. So if you can help them out, well, that would be great because a lot of people, are using their own money. Like personally, myself, I've been doing this for like, a couple of years. Paying for plane tickets, train tickets, and all kinds of equipment to do recording, and I've paid for it all. I've never asked anybody any money, but I should, if you want to give, don't give to me. I would like you to give to the truckers because
The information
it's
is
really
up
going to help
on,
them out. It's going to
Facebook.
cost a lot of money in fuel,
Yeah.
and a lot of these companies are going to chip it in, and I'm sure they can use your help. And as we all know, if everybody gives a little bit, it adds up, and it really helps. So
Yeah, look up on Facebook and
Yeah.
look for the Yellow Vest, convoy and how you can, if you want to donate to that. There's lots of stuff you guys can help with, lots of stuff that,
yeah, if you got no
everybody
money, you
can
get
get-
no money, but you can pass the info around. It's all about working together. Everybody has
Exactly.
something to give.
Yeah.
Every little bit adds up, and that's how it works by volume. And we all work together
Yeah.
as Canadians, and we're gonna make things happen
Yeah.
together.
So, I mean, if we all tighten it up and work together and kind of solve this little problem, solve that little problem, and we kind of work, start working together, you know what I mean? And try to solve all these little problems, and, as long as, it's obtainable and go with it,
Because-
making signs
Yeah.
or buying jackets and handing them out or,
Otherwise,
stuff like that, all kinds of little things.
otherwise, all we have is a whole bunch of people all divided across the country
Yeah, we gotta
that
get,
are whining and crying about all the issues that are going on, and that doesn't solve anything.
but
So we have to, everybody has to be responsible. Everybody's got to do the little share. And I mean, if this is what you want, if you want the message to be sent, to the so-called government,
Mhm.
and you want some changes,
Mhm.
well, there we go. This is, some people have started it for you. Some people are going to work hard for you. So, I mean, do your little share and help this to happen because this is for you. This is for your kids, your grandkids, and this is why all these actions are being taken.
Yeah.
So that's pretty well all I can say about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is all going to go up on my channel. Okay. Now we did a live broadcast on Facebook, and this is the kind of manipulation we just experienced.
Oh yeah.
We did a live feed on Facebook,
42 minutes.
and we got fucked out of the whole thing. So anyway, this is going to go up on my
It
channel.
was a killer fucking video,
It was.
man. We try to redo it now, but there's no possibility
Yeah.
we could redo it like we've done it. And it was so killer,
Yeah.
so much info that of course our little dictators from Facebook wiped it out right away
Yeah.
as soon as we're done. It was already like 20 minutes. We had 40 some shares. That video would have gone freaking stupid viral by tonight.
And that's why
Yeah.
I say it's very important on all the platforms that everybody focuses in on the YouTube channel, because so far I have had no problems with YouTube, and it's everything is there. Okay. So
For
it's
now.
there. Well,
Because they've shut down a lot of people. But it's a safer because Facebook is on your ass all the time. And also,
Yeah.
I want to suggest to everyone, there's another site that is kind of like Facebook. If you're tired of Facebook jail and
Yeah.
be told, no, you can't
oh yeah,
say this,
Synthesis.
you can't
Yeah.
post that, go on Synthesis Social. This is a great site. We've got a lot of people on there already because eventually Facebook's going to go. And I wouldn't be surprised that they
Yeah, I think
that they
we
get rid of
should,
it
yeah.
prior to the election.
Mhm.
Because just like in the States, it created them a lot of problem because there was too much truth coming out, So that's why on Facebook they like to control everything. They like to shadow post. For example, I have 1,300 friends, but I only see about 30, 40 of them all the time, and most people don't even see my posts, so they're fully in control. And also, I'm going to tell you another thing about Facebook. some of our patriot organizations. For example, last year there was a rally that was called in 7 months prior by Canadian Combat Coalition, one of my good friend Dan Dubois, and I mean everybody pretty well only rely on Facebook to bring the information about this rally, and in the end, it was only a couple hundred people there.
Wow.
And you know, and I've said it. You know, if you want to send information, you got to get your ass outside and use the old school system. Talk to people, bring some literature out there, put some poster out there. 70 years ago, when there was no technology, people were more informed than they are today. So sometimes you got to scrape your ass of that computer chair, and you got to go outside and talk to people and be social. And
Yeah, so when you're going into the coffee shops and stuff like that, make it a point, you know, reach out, you know, say, how you doing? And, you know, get into conversations and
tell
stuff.
people what's going on.
You know, stuff like that, you know, and give them a little enlightenment. But I'm going to look more into synthesis. I set up something there, but I still have to do more.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good people on there. So, I mean, it's great because most of the people that are on there are, you know, people that have information, activists and everything. And the site just looks just like Facebook. So it's you're going to feel right at home right in there. Like it's really good. I'm very impressed. No censorship. No stupid jail. I know a little bit of the people who created the site, and we really needed the site. Like, you know, Facebook sucks, man. Facebook sucks. Facebook is like the courtyard that they created to put all of us in there, so they can tell us what to do and dictate us and keep us in line and to listen to every fucking bit of information that they can get. That's what Facebook is.
So my hands are down on Facebook now. They just, that was the first strike.
I'm sick of Facebook.
And we will correct that problem.
Facebook, and one day, once we can all get together, we can all chip in, and we'll create a big ass lawsuit, and we'll take these suckers down. Facebook. We're gonna make them pay for everything that they've done to us.
So we're going to wind this down now, guys. This is going to go up on the channel for everyone else to see. And do get in touch and get your friends involved. Subscribe, because that's how we see the numbers, okay? And it's growing. And it's growing fast. So do get involved.
Get a hold of us.
Get the latest. Get the latest.
Yeah, we're going to work like really, really hard. And I'm not kidding you. We're going to make this thing a monster, okay?
Yeah.
I was sorry to hear yesterday that the other part of the convoy dropped back. Don't ask
but they can join into with the other one.
That's
They're
right.
more than welcome.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just because your thing didn't go the way, you can always join.
This is not a yellow vest convoy. This is not a yellow vest convoy. It just happened that some of the yellow vest people have decided to put it together. This is a Canadian freaking convoy.
It's for the people of the people.
And if you can't join the yellow vest in this truck convoy, well, I mean, you're part of the problem because you're dividing already. And we need to be together. So it doesn't matter who you are. Whether you go there with a pink vest, a purple vest, you go in your truck naked, or you got a yellow vest. I mean, let's go bring this message down to Ottawa and let's get this thing done, okay? And we're going to get it done. And the more you're going to help to do this, the more you're going to be happy, the bigger the result's going to be. We're going to go big, or we're going to go home.
Yeah.
Right? Or we're going to get the job.
We got to win this country back, people.
Yeah, man.
It's that simple.
So
there's no kidding around no more.
First time I meet Rudy, by the way. Shake my hand. I made a point to stop in my travels, and then I'm heading back to Alberta.
Very informative stuff. Very good stuff.
And it's great.
We're getting it all together for you guys, and you guys got to do your share.
Yeah,
okay?
man.
We all got to stand up as Canadians and get our country back. I mean, like, or what's left.
Let's make Canada Canada.
Else to go.
Let's make Canada Canada again.
And we got nothing to lose now. I mean, it's all. You know, we only got the 50% left of us. The other 50% the government stole. Okay, so now you got to stand up for what's left. Okay, and I think we can make this place a better place. Okay, guys. Until next time, it's me getting the word out there. And thanks for coming.
Thank you very much,
Thanks
everybody.
for joining in.
Love you guys. Love you guys.